Make sure to subscribe to Apillow on YouTube. Very cool content creator.
People, do you ever just get on the internet and see the dumbest thing ever? Especially on the platform that we all love to hate, known as Twitter.com. Well, recently, I saw something shared by based person Keffals, saying, I'm always saying this. And this is, of course, from the very not based person, Siesta Socialist, Wop Goblin. So we see this here saying, from Wop Goblin, be Italian. Leave your Marxist-Leninist party and dedicate your life to fighting communists. Demonize the people you once considered to be close friends and those who hope to prop up your career. Steal money from your base of support. Be Keffals, pick unrelated, and the pictures of Benito Mussolini. So, you know, we might get some it's just a joke bros from Wop Goblin, but we all know what they meant by this. Clearly attempting to call Keffals here a bit of a fascist, bit of a fasci, bit of a Mussolini-like person. And I'm here to say that, I mean, if you know about this person, you're gonna know this person's an absolute idiot. He's absolutely dumb. Yeah, this person is so dumb that if you were to ask them what dumb meant, they wouldn't know what dumb meant. That's how stupid they are. They're that stupid. So, my primary reason for wanting to talk about this today is mostly because of people who do engage in this kind of rhetoric, you know? Of course, Keffals taking it in good stride, as she kind of has to whenever she's dealing with people who misrepresent her in this way. So again, we're going to be talking a little bit about that. A big issue that we have on our spaces on the left is that a lot of people just have no fucking clue what fascism is. Yeah? And before we get into this, I know that there are going to be cowards here who are going to claim that this is a joke, but, hey, it's just a joke, bros, and a fucking defense. Jokes have context to them. Everyone knows this. If you have a brain in your head, you know this. A joke has context to it. And when we're looking at who exactly is saying that being Wop Goblin, at Siesta Socialist here, if you know anything about this person, you know that they are extremely anti-Keffals, that these allegations they are making against Keffals, a vast majority of them are just false. You know that a vast majority of these are false, but these are allegations that Wop Goblin is making because they genuinely believe them and are genuinely trying to shit on Keffals for doing it. The inclusion of the Mussolini picture is just a way to dog... It is. It is quite literally just a way to dog whistle, like calling Keffals a fascist, moving into what this is. It is a dog whistle to call Keffals a fascist. This is not a variation of this kind of joking thing. I've done it before with people like Vosh when I compared him to like Teddy Roosevelt. But the thing is, in the way that I did it, it was joking by playing up on like, haha, these are like some sort of similarities between the two people, in like a joking way, like both like horses, for example. It was that joke, and then it was just nice, simple. This is clearly signaling at a deeper message, and that is an issue here, yeah? So, to get back to what I'm saying here, on this inclusion of Mussolini, famous fascist dictator of Italy, why is this such an issue? Because it's inaccurate, okay? Genuinely, I am sick and tired of people not knowing what fascism is and not being able to put a label or definition on what fascism is. Fascism is not when you like the person on the internet. And I can talk about how all of these other allegations that Wop Goblin are making are entirely false. I can talk about that at length, but this is the thing that primarily annoys me about this, because everyone else has talked about in length how Keffals didn't actually steal that money. That money was not stolen, it went exactly into what it was supposed to go into. Yeah? I can talk about just how valid it is to leave a Marxist-Leninist party. Yeah? that one, wasn't politically viable in the first place, and two, operated tantamount to a cult, as Keffals has talked about in videos previous. I can talk about many things here. But the thing that pisses me off the most is this conflation of Keffals, someone who is extremely progressive, someone who is very left-wing, with the fascist dictator of Italy? Yeah? And again, I'm saying this before some idiot in the comments says it. You know what? I'm gonna put in a little code here, a little code word. The code word is code word. So if you have any criticisms of what I'm saying here, put code word beforehand. Because if you don't put that, I'm gonna know that you didn't watch the whole fucking video. Okay? So if you have any criticisms to make in the comments, put code word beforehand, before we get into this, okay? So, very simple code word. Hopefully it works for you. Getting back into it, this misunderstanding of what fascism is, and this tossing around this label willy-nilly, does one of two things. One, it diminishes the actual threat that fascists pose by just proclaiming, ooh, this person's a fascist, this person's a fascist, your mom's a fascist, your dog's a fascist, your cat's a fascist. Define it. Yeah? I can go off of a couple of things about how I personally define fascism, and, well, not even I personally, but how many people define fascism, and my general role for determining whether or not someone is a fascist. Generally, I like to use palingenetic ultranationalism as a generalized definition of what fascism trends to. Of course, the idea that a group of people or a nation has degenerated and deteriorated in quality, and through some massive biblical rebirth, they will come back to rule whatever part of what they want to rule. They will flourish, enter a new renaissance. Yeah, this rebirth on biblical proportions, palingenetic ultranationalism, and the way that I usually identify fascism and fascistic characters and fascistic rhetoric is by using the 14 points by Umberto Eco. That is typically the two generalized markers that I use in determining whether or not someone or something is acting in a fascistic manner, or whether or not that thing is a fascist, or person or group. Keffals is not a fascist. If you think Keffals is a fascist, you are politically illiterate, and I need you to log off. Which, granted, Wop Goblin is a little politically illiterate, so I gotta say, hey, baby, it checks out. Okay? But going back to it, these claims are not helping anyone. Okay? And it comes off to me as deeply immature to look at someone that you don't like and call them a fascist without substantiating that. Do trust, there are many people across the political spectrum that I do not like, that I call fascists, because they're fascists. Yeah? Donald Trump, fascist. Yeah? Current Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, fascist. Mitch McConnell, definitely a bit of a fascist. Yeah? But I'll tell you what, there are also people across the political spectrum who I do not like, who I think are horrible, who I'm not gonna call fascists. Current mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. He's a horrible person, but he's not a fascist. Yeah? You have to be pointed about the way that you use these terms, because when you overuse them and when you aren't careful about the way that you use them, you diminish them. Yeah? And again, it comes off as extremely childish to me. It's like baby's first political insult. Everyone I don't like is a fascist. Look, Wop Goblin, I doubt that you're watching this, and if you are watching this, I doubt that you've gotten this far. But if you have, and this doesn't even go for you, this goes for everyone who does this. For the love of God, stop doing this kind of stuff. You don't have to like people Yeah, you don't have to like people on any side of the aisle. You don't have to like them. Not saying that you do. But, and I'm not even saying that you can't resort to name calling. Resort to name calling. But make it accurate. Okay? Because every single last time that you do this, you're diminishing it. You're harming people's ability to actually recognize what a fascist is. That does not help anyone. That does not help the progressive movement. That does not help the movement of leftism. That does not help the movement of Marxism. It doesn't do anything to help any of us. You're just hurting us by doing this. Don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Be careful with your rhetoric. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this now. Not being careful with your rhetoric will only hurt us in the long run. Because when everyone that you dislike is a fascist, no one that you dislike is a fascist. It's that simple. If you categorize everyone you don't like into one category that does have specific definitions that should be protected because it's important to be able to identify exactly what is occurring there, when you put everyone into that ball, that loses all meaning. Be careful with your rhetoric. Please. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you know whenever I upload. You can join the Discord down below if you want to debate me on this topic maybe. I'm always free to do it. Remember, the code word in the comment section is code word, so be sure that you watch to the end of the video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a secondary code word. Yeah, the secondary code word is Logitech, like the webcam company, because I'm currently staring at a Logitech webcam. So that's the second code word. You put in code word, Logitech, and then I'll actually hear out your criticism, since you actually watched to the end of the video. But once again, you can join the Discord down below. It's a fun community if you just want to hang out, hop in VC, maybe know whenever I go live down there too, and maybe even put in a debate submission. Follow me on Twitter, links down below. You can also send me an email. My email's down below as well if you have any inquiries. I love you all. Stay safe. Drink water. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Gotta hit the stop recording button.